Welcome to Rebecca's digital photography workflow in Lightroom 5. This video will be going over what a photographer's workflow means to me, as well as my data management strategy, folder structure, file naming convention, useful presets in Lightroom, my rating system for Lightroom, how I make collections and collection sets, and finally, a brief review of the most important points. Let's start with the basics. To me, a photographer's workflow is a consistent process of dealing with photographs from post-capture to export in a manner that is logical and succinct. A workflow allows for efficiency, consistency, and routine. Here are the general steps of a photographer's workflow. This tutorial will only be addressing components of the library module of Lightroom, which is represented by the first 5 steps of this workflow. Before we dive into Lightroom, I'd like to share my current data management strategy. My strategy begins with capturing the photos and connecting my camera to my computer. Then I use Lightroom to import the photos into my school catalog and to save the photos into my school images working folder. When I'm finished processing my photos in Lightroom, I temporarily export them to a folder on my desktop titled Export until they are further processed. I back up a clean copy of all of my raw images directly from Lightroom onto an external hard drive. I also use this external hard drive to create a backup copy of my school images working folder. Finally, I have an external hard drive dedicated to Time Machine, which backs up my whole computer. Once I'm finished school, my data management strategy will have to change. I envision a similar strategy as my current one, but with many more backups to ensure security. Now I'm going to show you an overview of the file structure on my desktop. Let's take a closer look. Under the School Images Master folder, the subfolders are organized by course, then by assignment for photos that are to be submitted, or by workshop for photos taken in class. Now let's look at the same folder structure in Lightroom. The folders can be accessed from the folder panel on the left side of the screen, as seen by this blue box. Here is a close-up of the Lightroom folder panel. You may recognize that the folder panel represents the folders in the same way as they are stored on the desktop. I recommend that you get in the habit of using Lightroom as your photo organization tool so you don't lose track of files in Lightroom. Let's look at this displayed file naming convention in more detail. The Algonquin photography program has a file naming convention that must be followed for submitting photos, so I'm using this convention to name all of my school photos, regardless of whether they're going to be submitted or not, just to keep things simple. As you can see at the top of the slide, the file naming convention is last name underscore first name underscore assignment title underscore course name underscore sequence number period file type. Lightroom allows for its users to create a custom file naming convention, which I have done. I will now demonstrate how to change the file name of an entire subfolder. While accessing your active folder, click Command A, which will highlight all of the photos in your active folder. Go over to the right side of the screen and under the metadata menu, find the file name area and click Batch Rename beside it. A window like this will appear. To create your file naming convention, navigate to the file naming drop box, select the arrow, then scroll down to edit. Another window will appear. As you can see, I manually type my name at the beginning of the customized text window, then typed an underscore, followed by inserting the other fields from the options displayed. This file naming convention won't have to be set again in this catalog unless I override it, so the only thing I will need to change for every new folder is the custom text box, which represents my course. When I'm a working photographer, I anticipate simplifying my file naming convention to date underscore client's name underscore event. This should help with organizing my workload in the future by using key identifiers in the file name. Let's have a look at presets. Presets are customizable packages of actions that can be applied with one click. 2 presets that I learned in school and which I apply to every photo I import into Lightroom are my copyright preset and my import preset. Before I demonstrate how to create these presets, I will quickly review how to import photos. Select Import, then double check that the information displayed along the top of the import screen is set properly. Then I choose the folder on my hard drive that I want to save my files to. This is the dialog box that will open if you select Other from the drop-down menu. From here, you can navigate to where your photo is or click the Create a New Folder. The next section, just beneath, is called File Handling. Here I select Render 1-to-1 Preview, which means the photos will import with all of the information that was taken. I also make sure the boxes Build Smart Preview, Don't Import Suspected Duplicates, and Make a Second Copy are all checked. Now let's make a copyright preset. Move down to the Apply During Import menu and select an arrow beside the metadata box. This brings up a window that allows you to customize your copyright information. I've filled out the form and have saved it as Copyright RW Photo. Now that you've set the various criteria of your import, you can save all of this information as a preset as well by clicking on the arrow here and selecting Save Current Settings as New Preset, which I have done and have titled it Import Preset. You are now ready to import. Now that my photos have been imported, I need to process them, which I do through a rating system. The first step is a general overview of what to keep and what to ditch. The second step sorts the remaining photos by my preference, and the final step assigns a color code to identify special photos. Let's go over an example of assessing photos in a folder. First, I have assigned each photo with a black flag by pressing the X key, or a white flag by pressing the P key after reviewing each photo. Next, I will remove all of the black flagged photos from my catalog by pressing the Command and Delete keys. I'm only left with the white flagged photos, and I'm ready to conduct my second assessment using the stars. I start at the beginning once again and apply the star rating system as seen on the previous slide by using the shortcuts of typing the number 3 for 3 stars, 4 for 4 stars, and 5 for 5 stars. Now I'm going to navigate to the filter options below the toolbar menu, as seen here, and click on the 5th star, which will display only the photos within the active folder that I have given this designation to. In this particular situation, I'm going to apply the color ratings to the 5-star photos only. To do this, I select each photo individually, and navigate to the toolbar menu and click on the desired color as per my color rating system. You can see that the color has been applied to the photo through this thumbnail preview as well as on the film strip. As my photo collection grows, I will need a more in-depth rating system to better organize myself. I anticipate that my first stage of black and white flags will remain the same, but I expect I will add another star to my possible second ratings and change the star criteria to be based on what level of editing is required. My third rating will be specific to my needs as a professional photographer and should look something like this. Another great feature of Lightroom is its ability to make custom collections. A collection is a way to organize photos without changing the photo's location. To make a new collection, head over to the left side of the screen and find the collection panel, then click the plus sign. This will give you an option of what kind of collection you'd like to create. When you choose collection, this window will appear. Enter the name of your collection and select create. You will then see your new collection folder appear on the left-hand side. I will put photos into this collection by dragging the image from the thumbnail to the collection and dropping it. You can see by the different folder names displayed at the top of the photos that it is possible to put photos into your collection from anywhere in your catalog. Now, what if we want to make a set of related collections? We can do this by following the same basic steps. Click on the plus sign beside the collections panel and select the collection set. Enter the title of your new collection set and create. Now you have a collection set and can move the collection we made in the last slide by dragging and dropping it into this set. You can also add more subfolders to this collection set as I've done here. What if you don't want to manually move photos over to your collections? Lightroom has created a tool called Smart Collections, which allows you to set criteria for it to automatically organize certain photos that are currently in your catalog, as well as future uploaded photos. To do this, navigate to the Collections panel and click on the Smart Collections. Click the arrow beside Collection, and this window will appear. Name your Smart Collection, then identify your criteria. In this instance, I have instructed Lightroom to put all of the photos that I rated with the color purple in a Smart Collection titled Submitted Photos. If you remember back to my rating system, purple represents the photos that I've submitted for assignments. So now I've created my Submitted Photos Smart Collection. Let's check it out. Another useful tool in Lightroom is the ability to apply keywords to your photos. Assigning keywords will help increase your search engine optimization if you're going to be using these photos online, or keywords can be used to apply information to your photos. Let's see an example. We'll head over to the right side of the screen and click the plus sign beside the keyword list menu. This window will appear, which allows you to control how you want your keyword information to be applied. In this example, we'll create the keyword architecture, then click the create button. My preferred way to add keywords to photos is by using the spray can from the toolbar menu, as seen in the blue box. Click on the spray can, and this menu will appear beside it. Type in the keyword that you want to apply here. Now all you have to do is scroll through your photos and apply the keyword architecture by hovering your spray can over a photo thumbnail and clicking it. You can watch the number of photos that have the keyword associated with it increase on the left-hand side. If you'd like to view the photos that you have applied a certain keyword to, you can do this by navigating to the filter bar above the thumbnail previews, selecting text, then entering the keyword you want to find. All of the images with that keyword assigned to it will appear in your thumbnail preview area. To recap, a photographer's workflow allows for an efficient and logical way to process photos. Lightroom simplifies this process by providing tools to further efficiency, such as presets and rating systems. Lightroom is a great program to organize photos, as the folder panel in Lightroom reflects the folder structure where the photos are housed, and other dynamic organizational structuring exists, such as collections and smart collections. I hope you enjoyed this brief overview of the many things that Lightroom can do to improve your workflow. Thanks for watching.